Well, somebody made like a fake Rotten Tomatoes scale that I believe is actually pretty close to accurate. Right. So this is what they put here. It says 91% audience, 96% audience score, 91% critic score. They list that as undeniably great. Yeah. 81% critic score, 70% audience score is just great. 59% critic score, 95% audience score. Ignore the critics, watch it anyways. Yep. 75% critic score, 51% audience score. Artsy, fartsy, pretentious, CA24.
That's awesome.
I agree. 26% critic score, 91% audience score is just listed as The Boondock Saints.
What does that mean?
Because that's what that movie had on Rotten Tomatoes. 18% on critics, 27% audience.
Sounds like one of my movies.
Is that what it is? Okay. 91% critic score, 27% audience score, undeniably garbage. See, I think of it because one of the things that was going on a couple of years ago is every time Dave Chappelle would release a new special, it would get like 20% from the critics, and everybody who watched it would like it. And I actually think for the most part, fans tend to be more lenient with these things because they have to spend money to go do it, so they're just coping. They're like, look, even if I don't like it, they're just going to say that they do because, you know, you have a bias anyways. You're only going to go to movies that you're pretty sure you want to watch anyways. Whereas a critic, if they're doing their job for like a newspaper or a website, they're going to be watching a bunch of stuff that might not even be in a genre they're actually interested in.
Can you imagine having to sit through a piece of garbage just to write a
to try to be intelligent about something that you don't care about?
Because you have to.
Yeah.
Deliver.
I feel like
that's rough.
I feel like before 2019, 2018, I could trust Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. Now I can't trust it at all because now so much of these scores and these reviews from the audience is coming off of a I want to just champion this movie, whether it's really good or not. I just want to push this narrative or push this agenda or push this wokeness or anti-wokeness or whatever on both sides, whatever. And the same thing with the critics as well, with the critics as well, because now it's just like, it's this what we're saying. It's not real. But in 2019, 2018, people were actually just, and before we're giving actual what they really feel, opposed to what's going to, well, everyone hates this actor because of whatever, so I'm just going to give it a good no, it's BS.
It's so subjective. Even when people are nominated, let's say 5 women for Best Actress, all different movies, but someone wins when they're all great, you know? That's
what that was Kanye's argument with the Grammys, is that we all these great actors great talents doing all this work for so many years of their life just to come on stage and be told you're not good enough.
And then he pissed on his own Grammy.
I don't get it. They say that
because why would you put all these great, like you just said, all these great people in the room, Grammys, Oscars, whatever, and have them compete against each other and be like, hey, he's better than the rest of you, because that's literally what
it's not the same thing as like a sport where it's a physical activity that you engage in head to head, right? It's literally you put a bunch of people in a room and say a bunch of hoity-toits are going to tell you whether you're good enough.
Well, it's the same 5 characters all the time. Yeah. Meryl Streep. Let's name them.
Who else?
Steven.
Thank you, guys.
Come on. Put your hands in the sky. Wave from side to side. It's Oscar time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It is Meryl Streep.
I'm taking it. Just kidding.
It is Meryl Streep, isn't it? It's always Meryl Streep.
I think the Oscars are trash for this one reason. They don't. Is that again?
The same panel.
It's still going.
Bunch of white people.
I was about to go.
Old.
I think the Oscars are whack for this one reason. If you don't have comedy in the Oscars are stupid.
But sometimes
how are you gonna have comedic movies back? And not now, obviously, comedy movies are trash now. But when they weren't trash, how are you gonna have those people not be able to participate in? It has to be a drama to be considered good best acting.
But there's categories.
No, there's no comedy.
Barbie was a comedy, right? So that got nominated for a lot.
They did not win as this comedy. Win an Oscar. Period.
Do you remember what got Best Picture last time?
Well, she's so positioned. Wait, last night?
Last year?
Last time, which one got Best Picture?
I can look it up.
Oh, it's actually a good movie. Yeah.
How did Dumb and Dumber not get an Oscar?
I know. I love him.
Well, I mean, you look back on that now, and you look at like the streak that Jim Carrey was on, the streak that Adam Sandler was on back in the '90s,
Ace
right?
Ventura,
Yeah.
like how are
It's because comedies are not seen as important.
that's the point I'm making.
Liar.
That's why the Oscars aren't real, because the Oscars are saying, hey, only these types of movies are worth being on stage saying I'm the best in the world.
How do you measure that?
How do you measure that? Because you got to sit there and look, or you die.
Payola.
Wasn't it? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once won Best Picture.
But that was
2023.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that last year?
Yep.
But
Orange is the New Black went from a comedy to a drama, or a drama to a comedy. We switched categories.
And they have to
And
make
one
it a
in both.
dramedy if it even comes close.
Dramedy is like the only genre that really holds my attention
There's
most of the time.
is that
Like
really a
if it's too well, no, that's not a category that they use. But I'm saying like shows that are classified as dramedy are the
That's
only
straddle.
ones that really hold my attention. Because if it's too serious, I check out after a
Same.
while. Or if it's too funny, then it's like it feels like there's no stakes to it.
Campy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oppenheimer won Best Picture.
Oh, that's the one.
This year.
Did it?
That was
This year it
good.
did, yeah.
It was really good.
Okay.
And it was good, sure, but a
No,
comedy
he's
would have
good.
never gotten that award.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Leonardo DiCaprio should have won so many times.
not
And
for The Revenant though. When he
that's
actually
the
did.
one he wins for. Not freaking Catch Me If You Can. Not Wolf on Wall Street. No, I mean this. Not Eating Gilbert Grape. I mean
Man
he
in
is
the Iron Mask.
exactly. He's the best actor of all time. I believe. To me.
I thought it would have been Oppenheimer too, but I'm not seeing that here. Am I missing
No, it's
something? here?
Oppenheimer was this past Oscars Best Picture, not 2023.
Which one are we?
It was 2024.
Is that already happened? Okay.
Yeah, it already
All right.
happened.
I guess the year is halfway over. Yeah.
In March.
So, yeah. Okay. So Oppenheimer won. That makes more sense because Everything Everywhere All at Once would have come out in 2022.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, listen, if Will Smith and Chris Rock ain't at the Oscars, I'm not watching.
Who? What about
Only one of them is allowed.
What about
there,
the slap,
so-
though?
That's why I'm not watching. That's what I'm saying. I need.
Do you think that was planned?
Yep.
You
It
do?
was planned.
Come on. He like goes back. He knows it's coming. He's like ready.
Oh, like
he's
he did.
bracing
Like it
himself.
looked like he braced himself.
Yep.
I did see some hilarious conspiracies that were saying like it looks like he's got a pad on his face to like soften the blow. I was like, bro, like if you're gonna do it, just let the dude slap you in the
Wow.
face,
I
right?
hear that
Like
one.
commit to the bit.
I just see him go like this, like, oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's walking to him pretty.
He probably
like-
thought that Will Smith
Yeah.
was going to grab the mic and say something, not slap
He's gonna
him.
be like, summer, summer, summertime.
Look, I still love Will Smith, but I have to
He's
explain to
pretty rad.
Mary sometimes that unless you're my age or older, you
Our
don't
age.
understand
How old
that
are you?
I'm 38. So if,
Getting up there.
But you don't understand how big of a deal Will Smith was unless you were
I know.
alive during the 90s.
I'm older than you.
Right?
I love him.
And he was a
Fresh
big deal.
Prince?
Fresh Prince.
Are you kidding me?
Independence
Will
Day.
Smith is
Kid and
what?
Play?
What's her name? Damn, Taylor.
Wait, Kid and Play?
What's her
Wait,
name?
what?
Who?
What's her? The girl, the singer again?
Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift.
Why?
Is what Taylor Swift is now to
Whoa.
America was what Will Smith was when he was doing his thing.
Well,
Will
considering
Smith
she's
was
a
the
man.
Taylor Swift of the 90s.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What how people view her
As
as
if.
being this. Look, this is Taylor. That's
Yeah.
how Will Smith was in his time.
He's a
of,
box office star.
but for everybody, not just one, like just white people or Asian, but for everyone.
Yeah.
Will Smith was that person. Like right,
He can
if,
crunch
if
numbers.
Will Smith was doing what he did then, right now at the age, you won't care about Margot Robbie, you won't care about Taylor, you probably won't even care about Kanye. Will Smith got the first rap Grammy. The first Grammy
And
for
he
a
didn't
rap
need
artist.
to swear.
And he never need to swear. First rap
He never,
Grammy.
like Ellen DeGeneres never sweared in her comedy, but what a creep.
Yeah.
All the while.
Now her show is canceled, and she's talking
She
about
is?
leaving. Yeah, she no longer does her daytime
I've been
show.
canceled. It sucks.
And so no, it was a physical show that was.
I know.
Yeah, that was.
I didn't even
canceled.
have that, and I'm canceled.
I have a question for you. Do you care about the reviews? Like, do you think about the reviews for your movies or
no,
television
there's
shows?
nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
People just either like me or they don't.
Just let it go.
Yeah, because I know I do good. Doesn't mean the movies are good though.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's got to be something, right? Like it's a completely different thing when you're in the middle of producing something and making something
Yeah.
and then seeing the final product.
Yeah. I don't watch. I haven't seen most of the stuff I've done. By the way, I've never watched Orange Is the New Black.
What question? Why is that?
Orange was I realized, very political, and they were very much always talking about politics. It was right around when I think President Trump at the time was getting nominated, so all they would talk about on set was politics. And I'd walk out and be like, can we get to our marks? I want to go home. Like, wasn't into that stuff at all. And one time I interrupted Uzo on accident. I said, what are you guys talking about? She goes, excuse me, I'm talking. And I'm like, oh. So I started to listen. I'm like, what are they talking about? It was all just the Russian stuff and the strange stuff, on and on and on. And they were implementing it into the show.
Yeah, that's a horrible idea.
It was happening.
That's a horrible idea. Like seeing that stuff. I'm less opposed to implementing those types of stories once they've sat for a few years and you've had time to digest them.
No, it was foreshadowing.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't watch it, but how did they implement politics into the show?
Okay, so they could actually you know how like, when fashion comes out, there's spring, summer, fall. They can actually foreshadow the colors of the next season. They would foreshadow what was going to be the hit words, the hit situations, and they would foreshadow it into the next season. We'd be like, how'd you nail that? They knew stuff. Think about Netflix.
So they did that with current
Right when the
events,
pandemic came out,
basically.
movie drops. Right when, what's that movie where like the Teslas all crashed recently?
Oh yeah, Obama produced that one.
Exactly. They're always like right on
Predictive
that.
programming.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like they're in on something.
Yeah, it's the Illuminati, of course.
We love them.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for my job.
Yeah.
Thank you, Illuminati.
I don't know if it
This
is
episode
that.
is sponsored by the Illuminati.
How do you know that they're that? What is that?
Now we're gonna get context.
Here we
in
go.
This episode. It's what's gonna happen.
And it's such an
episode
umbrella term.
is-
It's so much deeper and darker than that.
To learn more, you can go to Illuminati.com.
They'll
And
take your
watch the
writing.
Use our
Illuminati's-
promo code Crisis Actor
Go, the Illuminati
for
podcast.
20% off your Illuminati.
I thought I've seen you.
It's like it's just like a ready-made website.
And you guys met at an Illuminati meeting.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I was about
Don't
to
you
go
dare
there.
tell my secret.
I was about to go there.
No,
I was
only men
drinking.
can be in the Illuminati. Women are rainbows. Get it straight.
What is that? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
you guys don't know.
What does that mean?
Men are Illuminati or Boulier or all the different, the ones that that came from Harvard or like George Bush, the
Yeah.
322.
Skull and bones
Skull and
type
bones,
people.
Those
Yeah.
are men. The rainbows are the women.
So they come
That's
from
what-
sororities.
They're just the rainbow gals.
Okay.
What do you mean rainbow?
Like they're the That's what they call them, right? The rainbows.
the rainbow.
The women of the Illuminati.
Right, but they're
One
called
sect.
they're called the rainbows.
Rainbow.
Or just
Rainbow.
just rainbow.
Rainbows?
I
I don't know. I'm
didn't
not in it.
I don't,
When is this
I'm
movie
in
gonna
another
get
one.
made?
You're in a different
Different one.
Illuminati.
I can't talk.
You're Illuminati. You're
there's
Illuminati.
tears. There are Illuminati tears.
Yeah.
Don't speak.
Wait, is Gwen
I just
Stefani in the
wish I
Illuminati?
grew.
Gwen Stefani.
Where did Gwen
No, I was
Stefani
shushing
come
it.
in?
She
Don't
said, "Don't speak,"
speak.
which was no doubt.
Yeah.
It's secrets. It's
I am
secret
too
society.
black for this segment.
You are. I mean, I was going to say it, but
be
you
the
said
It'd be
it.
like asking you to know.
Like, you don't look
gonna
like a
say
no
it.
doubt
I missed
fan.
it. What'd she say?
She was trying to tell. She was like, "Stay out this one. Stay out this one."
I think the doors are unlocked down there.
We're talking about Kanye later.
Oh,
He's
boy.
so now we'll talk about country artists and the
He's a rainbow.
Cranberries.
Right.
And his
That's great.
grill.
Talk about Jason Aldean.
Dentists are weird.
Yeah, I
Jason,
don't
who is
blame.
that. I keep hearing that name. No, seriously, I keep hearing this
Remember
name.
that song, Try That in a Small Town?
Who? Oh,
Oh, the guy.
You like that song?
yeah. That's
I
a good
don't like.
song.
I never.
do.
I don't understand it. I don't see what everybody's. Oh my god! I was like,
Oh, because he's just talking about the
I was like, if you,
try what in a small town?
I don't understand it. I don't
Try
get it.
that in a small
Well,
town.
if you're not from a small town, you wouldn't know.
Right, I'm
Yeah,
from
you
big
wouldn't-
city
you
LA.
wouldn't get
It's not a black or
I'm
white
from
thing.
Compton, son. I'm from Watts, from Inglewood. I don't know what a small town is. I'm used to
What is a small town
sidewalks.
anyway?
I
What
lived
is
in
a
Atlanta.
Well,
in
Jason Aldean lives in Nashville, which is a super small town,
Is it?
obviously.
Nashville. I actually like Nashville when I went out there. For,
I like
for
outskirts.
Lady Ballers.
Yeah, that was the most amazing segue ever. I don't know
That
how
was
we
weird.
veered off in there, but I do.
What did we just talk about?
I
I
do
feel
agree
weirded
with
out.
you that if I was to work in the industry, I wouldn't want to read the reviews anyways, because you can't do anything about it.
Oh, the reviews don't bother me. It's more just like seeing that it doesn't go anywhere. You're like, they didn't put any P&A, which is marketing. It was just a money grab for the directors and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, some type of racketeer. I don't know, what do you say? When they get
Money laundering.
and then they put them
Yeah.
in their pockets.
Graft.
And the movie
Well, we
turns
were
out like
talking
garbage.
about, like, Kumail Nanjiani was
Sorry,
doing a
Ben.
podcast talking about The Eternals, which was trashed by the reviews.
The
And he was
Eternals.
saying he needed to go to therapy because it was received that badly.
Oh, God.
He needed to go to therapy because
Who?
it traumatized him.
It was an
My
actor.
brother
It was an
took a-
actor named Camille Nanjiani.
Is he all right?
He's fine. He was in Silicon Valley.
I mean, mentally, he's not all right.
Yeah.
What they
'Cause he
say
needed
about
to go
him?
to therapy.
Well, the point was nobody liked the movie, and I was like, well, then don't read the reviews, right?
My brother, when we put out our album and Rolling Stone reviewed it, they were pretty harsh on us because I'm an actor. My brother was dusted for weeks.
Because he's not used to the
Because it's his
pushback.
music, and all they talked about was the actress singing,
Yeah.
and not the music. And ooh,
Well, I don't blame
I had to talk
right?
him off the ledge.
Yeah, it's not
It's
easy.
sad.
But
They
you
can
know,
be really mean.
it's like when they say like, "What is cyberbullying? Just close the computer."
Okay,
Ha!
but get back to work.
Close your eyes.
Yes,
Like Perez Hilton.
See, that's who I am. Like I was raised a different way. Where I'm that. I'm the close the computer, change the channel, walk out.
You are.
Leap. Like it's
is.
not that hard, but I feel so many people want to put it on others to cater to their traumas and triggers.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.